I would say prepare your mind and your soul, and do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of, well, trying, of being yourself, of struggling.
Right.
And Katsu, he'll just kind of nod and he'll be like, I wish you all of this success, Takinaku. Like I said, I've prepared the room and everything should be in order. If you don't mind, I still have things I need to discuss with Minamoto.
Right. Ryu will offer both of them a very deep bow. Thank you again for all your help.
And Minamoto will be like, not a problem, child. It would pain me to see a lost soul wandering about. There's so many of them.
Right.
And
I suppose with that, Ryu will, if given permission, will leave the room.
yeah, that's a good time for him to go.
Right? So Ryu will step out.
All right. So unless Ryu wants to like go anywhere before he goes into the chamber that's been prepared for him, that's pretty much his time done, Joe.
Yeah, Ryu is just going to go into the chamber. Figures that if that was Katsumi, it's better for him to not go there right now.
All right. So just to give me a break from talking about oh, there is no break, is there? Because they're
There is
all
no
about
break on this
temple.
temple train.
Never,
There is
never a
no, because
break.
they're all talking about personal stuff. Fuck. Uh, I guess I'll go to Kaharu.
All right. Kaharu is, well, as I've mentioned in the past, Kaharu does, as far as religion goes, consider herself of the Shinto faith. I imagine, and just like before, she would go through all the preparations for this.
Alright,
She'd do this as traditionally as possible.
alright. So the receptionist would show you to a room where you can change and stuff. And as you're about to head into the lower chambers, Matt, are you still here?
Yes, I didn't fall asleep.
Alright, so Reiko would be bursting in or around now.
Um, hey, hello. Hey,
Kaharu,
Kaharu. What
Kaharu
a
blinks a
surprise.
bit surprised. uh, yeah, well, actually, considering the temple's your home, it's not surprising to see you here, but hmm, are you going to be assisting with the ritual?
I
Mm.
tilt my head. What ritual? And by the way, just how much my clothes are still wet?
They're pretty damp.
Yeah, and I probably didn't want to manipulate my fiery magic powers to, um, what's the word in English? Fucking hell.
Right.
Dry
Dry
'em off.
myself up. So yeah, you see
Right.
me being quite like I went through a like rainstorm, and I think the weather in Asate City was pretty nice. It was not raining, I think, or was
No,
it?
it wasn't.
Yeah. And I tilt my head, what ritual? I'm kinda here to talk with my dad.
Oh, well, it. Akara says, well, uh, last, this past Friday, out of character, I believe it was Friday that she came here for the first part of the ritual.
Yeah.
I actually came by the temple. Katsumi was actually helping me then for the blood testing ritual. it's apparently a ritual your family, well, the temple does to see if people have blood relation to see what lineage people are related to.
Yeah, they do.
Honestly, I'm not really sure what would come out from mine, but I figured Rio mentioned it, and it's a case of finding more about myself, which could perhaps help me help the group. So I volunteered to have mine done today.
I mean, go for it. Shucks, I forgot about that. Just, I remember there was a session when I said to a group that there's a second way of figuring this stuff out because I know about blood tests.
Yeah, you know that that there's just an initiation process, just so there's like a bond of trust being formed, and your dad has one way of doing it, and Katsumi's dad has another way of doing it, and either way works really. You have the disagreements about it, but it's not like shouting match. It's just they just do it, and your dad wanted to talk to you about priest stuff. So.
Yeah, and I shrug and say, well, it might turn out that I will help. I think father, will get a teach me that.
Blink's been surprised, but says, well, it'd be great having you there. She honestly isn't bothered by this at all.
Okay, I will. Well, I look at myself. I will need to get my change of clothes.
Yes, I also need to change as well.
Yeah, I'll go find my clothes to change into. It might be even like my typical priest garbs.
Yeah, it'll be priesty garbs. Alright. So I guess Reiko gets changed and she'll go visit her dad. And her dad is in the ritual chamber. What does that mean?
Yes, I do not miss those subtle. How do you pronounce? I cannot pronounce that word.
Subtle.
Just ignore all the hard parts. That's the English language in a nutshell. Yeah. If a word looks hard, you just pronounce it and just say, fuck it, we got this. Fuck rules.
Yeah, subtle hints.
It's really the American way.
So I
disregard.
What's the proper Japanese name for? I know for mother is Oka-san, but how is that for father? Oji-san? Never mind.
There's our resident weeb.
Neb, is it Ka-san?
No, Oka-san is for mother. I remember that.
Oh god, I was muted. It's not Oji-san, that's grandfather.
That's grandfather. Is it just G-san?
What are you trying? For what?
It's a To-san.
Father.
Yeah, To-san is father.
To is for boy, so if it's To, it's brother. If To, it's dad.
Yeah, so I enter the room, and if he's alone, then if he's with someone, then I will use the proper, distinguished way, greetings father, but if he's alone, it's like, Ohayo, To-san.
And he'll be like, Reiko, well, it's certainly good that you've arrived. Well, I wouldn't say exactly on time, but you're not late. He'll just kind of smile.
I get slightly flustered and smile. Oh, sorry, did I forgot about something again?
Well, I didn't tell you what we're going to do other than our duty. But well, I suppose you'll just have to learn on the go. I would have liked some time to show you how things are done, but well.
Oh, you know me, I'm a quick learner. And Koharu-san mentioned some kind of ritual, so yeah, I'll be happy to help. Hey,
Yes.
will you have time afterwards to this? If I may, will ask you later about this dream walking stuff.
Ah, right. Well, of course. But we will. Usually, I am the assistant to Nakatomi in order to do the ritual. But since he has other business to attend to, I'll be conducting the ceremony myself. And I figured, what better way than to, get yourself initiated, but for you to be my assistants.
I smile, and well, when he mentioned that he will, I'm like, I'm sure you will do great, father. And yeah, I will not disappoint you.
All right, and he'll be like, don't worry, you'll have a good luck charm, and Reiko will have the bunny pop out from under. Well, the most useful place for a bunny to hide. On somebody's body. I don't know.
I have a suggestion, but that would be improper. Like it sounded like pops from between my clothes.
It is the hair
from
of
the suit.
vinegar.
Hello. It's warm in there. Maybe not.
No, that's perfect.
If we go like anime style, then let's go anime style.
And you'll just kind of hear the mental voice in your head saying that you smell of magic and boys and thunder.
And I try to mentally respond. Yeah. Don't tell father.
You haven't lost your chastity. There's nothing to report.
I try to keep my poker face and.
Is this in front of Koharu?
You know what?
It's in a mental voice in her head.
Wait, in my head or Koharu's head?
Your head.
Your head.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. What would that be? Diligence or expression to try to keep my poker face.
Probably diligence.
And honestly, I want to fail at that. Nope. So there's a brief.
Not the first time.
There's a brief, like my cheeks slightly pink, like go slightly pink, like barely. But I mostly like do not. My muscles do not twitch. I keep my. No. I mean, Fuma-san is a great man, and I like start blubbering, like motor mouth, full on, and then I stop, cut myself. No, just no.
You'll just kind of tap its foot, and you'll be like, "You are of the breeding age."
I'm like my muscles twitch, and then I don't want my father to go after Fuma and rip legs from his ass. Or wait, he's a priest. I don't want my father to curse him, you know.
Well, he is. Well, the person you speak of is part of the cloistered families. He fits barely. Being an emancipated Oni is, well, it's a step up from being in servitude.
Besides, you are I mean, nice lecture, but you are a rabbit. And there's a saying about rabbits.
Yes, I spawned many children.
Well, that's... So I try to like, I shake my head. Oh, I mean, he's, I mean, does he, and I like try to joke, like shake off what the rabbit was saying. Does he comes with a instruction manual?
The hair? Well, no, it is its own person, of course. Even though it's an extension of, I forgot how to pronounce the guy's name. Onanotsi Toishi Toishi.
On what?
Oninutsi Toishi.
The man, the cow.
Oh.
Okanoishi.
You're putting in too many noise.
It's Tanjin. Name, well, Mortal was, the guy on the cow, right?
Yeah, it's the guy, Okanoishi.
Okunosh? Which guy?
Okanoishi.
Oh. Okunoshi?
That one.
Okuninushi.
Yeah, pronounced exactly like it's spelled.
Yep.
That one. Alright. And in general, just kind of chuckle, and he'll be like, well, he doesn't come out often, but when he does, he's very to the point. Well, I wouldn't trust him with your secrets, Reiko. There are some things that a father shouldn't know about their daughters.
No, what secrets? Me? No, there are no secrets.
Right. Well, if you ever feel like the inexperience just catches up to you, he will guide you. He may be a bit rough, but he is good-natured in his heart.
I'm certain I don't fear any malice. He seems like a bit straightforward to a point, true, about certain matters.
And we like,
well,
we don't have... Yeah.
I imagine at this point, Kyle has finished changing, and you might hear a knock on the door.
Alright. And Jin will be like, keep your face together, Reiko. We are meant to be, well, respectable people.
Of course, and I'm like, I don't do the exact, like, as I'm doing, let me see your war face! No, I don't do that, but I like, try to channel, not exactly my cousin, like, try to look diligent, royal, like, regal, like, proper priestly.
Alright. So Jin will say to come in.
Alright. And Kahara will gently open the door to the ritual chamber, and she's more than likely dressed up in one of the robes that they have for guests, rather than in her normal school clothes.
Yeah, it's just like traditional, like fairly loose yukata. They're not like super bound and tight. It's meant to be comfy.
Kahara will smile at Reiko warmly, and then turn to her father as she steps in and says, thank you for taking time to see me for this.
It's not a problem. I must apologize if you were expecting to see somebody different. You did go through the initiation progress with Nakatomi Katsumi.
Kaharu, let's see, out of character, would Kaharu really know that the initiation process is that different?
I mean, I've only been brought up to Raph. Like, everybody else just kind of did it, like, naturally. So if Raph hasn't told anybody, then Kaharu wouldn't really, like, know there's that much of a difference.
Alright, then. Kaharu would actually tilt her head a bit and ask, is it that different?
I suppose philosophically it is, but the results that you get, they are quite the same. Nothing in the interpretation will change, though the way that the bearer delivers it, well, I guess it's a personal flair.
I see. I admit that I am a bit curious about what else what else is required for this.
Simply that you relax your heart and your mind, and there will be terrifying things that you might see within the pool, but they are simply memories flashing backwards. I suppose this place is, well, they have a term for it in the modern mythological circle. I believe they call it somewhat of a memento, but I'm of the school of thought that it's more than just, well, a relic that somebody's left behind.
Oh, what would be your take on it?
Simply that the gifts that our families have been imparted with from the gods, each family has their own patron. They've enabled us to create many marvelous wonders within the world, and, well, some things are truly left to the gods. And to be able to glance a vision into the past is something, well, nobody should really have to hold for as it's not really something that should be manipulated beyond well, simple looks for our own personal development.
Kaharu thinks on it and says that basically these are insights, nothing more.
Yes, we're simply given a movie reel of what's happened to your ancestors, and we're able to determine through that what their origins might be and where they might have encountered their own mythological counterparts, if there is such mythology within your family.
Kaharu, for her part, smiles a bit as she shakes her head. Truthfully, I am not expecting much to come out of this, but I figured that at least looking might help me understand myself better.
Right. Knowing what you've got to work with, you can make real progress. I admire your courage. It takes a certain strength of character to look back and appreciate where you've come from.
Kaharu nods a bit as she says, well, I'm ready to begin whenever.
All right. So you'll notice that Reiko and Junoff sitting in front of like a small rock pool that's filled with water. And you're kind of on the other side. Well, they're on the other side.
All right.
So you're kind of facing opposite to one another. And Reiko, you'll just kind of hear the rabbit saying to pick up the cleaning cloth.
Okay. I
And,
proceed to trying to look as distinctive, making.
And Jin will say for Kaharu to offer her left hand towards Reiko.
Alright. Kaharu will do that as she extends her left hand out.
And the rabbit will say, put 2 and 2 together to Reiko.
So fucking helpful. Well, I imagine in character it would not be that hard, but as I already mentioned, like out of character, trying to think is. So
he can roll an understanding roll to help.
Okay. I will probably fail. I don't know if I add any modifiers to this.
It's fine. It's really simple. You have a cleaning. You have like a cleaning rag in your hand, and Kaharu passed you her hand, and he said, "Put 2 and 2 together." He meant to clean her hand.
Is it like hard to think? Yeah, so I proceed to do so.
All right. So you basically like you're cleaning the impurities from her hand, making sure you can make a clean cut with the knife.
Yeah, if she was sitting there and like, no worries, Koharu, everything will be fine.
And then Jin will be like, remember to keep calm. This what will happen next is simply a magical phenomenon. We aren't going to physically harm you. It may sting a little, but it should heal over. And the rabbit will instruct Reiko to pick up the knife. That's to her side.
Oh. Then I do so, and like as I like face coherent hand again, I like repeat quietly but trying to like keep calm. Keep calm. As my father said, it will stink. And then I proceed to make a small cut because it is a blood test after all.
Yeah, you basically use the lines in her palm as guidelines.
I try to follow the procedure and instructions to the best of my ability. And yeah, make a like very small.
Can you make a diligence roll for me?
Okay.
You can add your Yamato Damacy modifier.
Okay, I just looked. Even if I wanted to spend PP to auto specialization, nothing just comes to mind. So. Maybe courage, but yeah, not gonna go for that. Okay. So my diligence, Yamatonoshi, it's 5, so plus 2.
Alright, so you're able, you do your work quite diligently. I mean, it's your first time, so it's a little shaky, but you make clean cuts, and then you turn her palm over so it's facing the water, and it seems incredible, but only a single droplet of blood comes forth from the lines, and it will drop into the pool, and the pool will turn into a misty purple and red mixture. And in order for Kaharu and Reiko to try and make out any images within the pool, they'll need to roll complicated rolls.
Alright.
I need to ponder for a moment. Well, considering I'm part of a ritual, I guess I have to know what's going in the pool, so yeah.
Right, Reiko will be able to add her Yamato Damacy modifier to her roll. Kaharu will just be like a straight roll.
Just understanding?
It'll be like your understanding. You'll be in a team, and you'll use your distinction as well.
All right.
And then the D100.
So my Yamato Damashi social link is 5, so that means I add plus 15.
Plus 20.
Oh, right, because it's half. Oh my. As I said, coherent thoughts, troublesome. Okay, my specialization, diligence or courage? Maybe courage.
Either one works.
So let's go with diligence. This is a part of ritual, I will not shy away from it, I will say to it. Okay, so 3 dice is for me. Okay, another modifier, don't think so. Probably fail. Nice.
Nice. Not nice.
Yep.
Would that help Koharu if I used my another conclusion? Or wait, can it work?
What do you mean?
Because it says that personal powers effects thus works for complicated social role and personalized effects.
It works for complicated roles. Let me just.
Oh, okay. I just got confused by the social. So I could technically go overshine, so
Well,
would that activate? So would that help Koharu? Like, if I activate that, would then my role be counted also as hers?
You can activate it. I mean, actually, the rabbit would be pretty indifferent, so you can go ahead and activate it.
Because, well,
And
I kind of want to help her, so
And the effect that it has is that while Kaharu is looking into the pool, like it's kind of illuminated from like a glow that's coming from Reiko. Like before it was pretty misty and she couldn't see anything at all, but she's able to see some images within it through like the clarity coming from Reiko.
it makes sense. And besides, it wouldn't make sense for Kaharu to use her cranes in this situation because she's new to this ritual. So she wouldn't know that she'd need the extra help.
All right. Reiko, roll me an understanding.
Okay, do I add any modifier?
It's only
No.
if only it's the only way Kaharu would actually know that is if Reiko actually said something.
All right. So what you see across the you'll kind of see like a blur of images. So you'll kind of see like you'll just kind of see like a room with like various people painting in it, and you'll notice that your mother's in the room. And they're kind of being monitored by people in, what's it called that nurses wear?
Scrubs?
Yeah, scrubs. And they're fairly like, they're kind of guarding the door as well. Like they seem fairly apprehensive. And your mother's painting or sculpting, like, you know, you can kind of guess from the room it's like therapeutic art.
Wait, are you saying my mother as Reiko's mother or Koharu's mother?
No, Kaharu's mother.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant by yours.
Alright, well, so Kaharu can see this, correct?
Yeah. She can see it because Reiko is basically illuminating the blood water for her. And then it'll kind of shift to a man walking in. And you'll recognize this man as your eventual father. And he's kind of wearing a suit and he has a briefcase. And he's here to check up on how people are doing. And he'll stop and talk to everybody. And he'll talk to Kaharu's eventual mother the most. And you'll just kind of fast forward a bit. Like you'll get the motions like you're taking rapidly forward. where they're at the hospital room, and they and they have the the twins are born, and you kind of you kind of hear something like your mother saying, "I'll name them after them," and you'll kind of see like the twins' eyes. Their eyes are kind of like a misty blue, and there's blue flowers by the bedside that kind of glow a little. And then you fast forwarded all the way back to probably when your mother was a child, and you kind of hear like a gunshot's kind of really loud, isn't it? So
Yes.
you'll kind of hear like a gunshot whizzing past, and the gunshot's coming from like a political platform where you see a political leader talking, and then a woman being shot, and then it will kind of whiz forward a bit to where your mother is in a school uniform, and she's hanging about two other girls and another guy, and they're talking with each other, and they're being shown weapons and what else do you get? They're kind of being shown weapons and told what persona are and the trials that they'll have to go through. And then you'll kind of fast forward a bit further, and you'll kind of see them running away from something, and you'll kind of see one of the girls besides your mother just screaming as she's holding onto a limp figure. And then you'll fast forward, then you'll kind of rewind completely backwards, where you'll just kind of hear an explosion, and you kind of hear the sirens ringing in this town, and you'll recognize this town because every Japanese person would recognize this, and they would recognize it as Hiroshima. And you kind of see mushroom clouds. They're kind of forming, and the city's being bombed. But you'll notice just very briefly that there's like a protective shell surrounding the city, and the people are being shielded from the bomb blast. And you'll see this man with long flowing black hair and the long purple cape just kind of smirk and look towards what looks to be a younger looking, not that much younger looking Minamoto. And you'll kind of say, he'll just kind of hear him say, "The keepsake has been made." And then you'll fast forward a bit into the future, where you kind of see people walking around lost and dazed in this perfect recreation of the city. And the sky has stopped, and the clocks have stopped, and things just kind of shift and distort. And you'll see generations of males being born into a family, and eventually you'll see your father as a small child, and you'll just kind of see them wrestling with having a lack of purpose, because to the world they don't exist because everybody thinks they're dead. And then the visions, they'll just fast forward straight back to the babies when their mother looks to them, and then they'll fast forward one last time to Naomi as a child talking to a man and nodding and saying that she'll do it for the both of them. And then the vision will end. Whew, I need a drink after that.
Okay. I think Kahara will need to diligence.
Is she gonna puke?
What? Honestly, this one I was actually hoping to fail.
The dice don't want you to. I mean, you can still be like looked and collected on the outside, but you can still be like on the inside.
All right then. Kahara is Kaharu is apparently very good. Very good at keeping her emotions in check because of all the crazy things she's seen this entire school year. So, while on the outside she seems fairly calm despite all the scenes, inside she's going, what was that? What was all this? I mean, since when was mom a home, and what a part of my family was in Hiroshima? How did they and Persona Magic help them survive the bomb?
Alright. Alright. And you won't hear anything coming from anybody else, because like Reiko's father just kind of gives Reiko a stern look to keep quiet.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that I look between Koharu and father, and if he's giving me the look, then I like not saying anything.
Kaharu is silent as her mind is running rampant, but eventually she does speak, saying, that was not what I was expecting.
He'll just kind of close his eyes and he'll just kind of exhale, and he'll be like, you've had your ancestors, well, your history is quite modern. There is a mixture of both maternity and ancient ties within it. Would you like to hear my interpretation?
Yes, at this point I would like to hear any interpretation.
Well, I guess I will start off. Would you like to hear about your mother's side of the family or your father's side of the family first?
All right, out of character. Let's do courage. Greater than 4, she wants to hear about her father. 4 or greater, she wants to hear about her father first. Less than 4, she wants to hear about her mother first. She wants to hear about her mother first.
Right, and he'll say, your mother, well, she does have mythological ties to this world. Both her and your father would have been mythopoetics, though she would have been she is rather a much more potent mythopoetic than he was. She was enrolled in a school that, well, seemed to facilitate or try to nurture the people with the ability to weave myths. The school was, Kakusai Haigo. But anyway, your mother is Zanichi Korean. Her family have lived here for a couple of generations now. They've always kept to their own community. They've had a very strong sense of who they are. And your father, even though his family have been disenfranchised from the Tengu for quite some time, while their family were unfortunately caught within the Hiroshima blast. But, well, judging from your reaction, you've seen that it was but a cover-up for how our ancestors back then. Ancestors is a bit of a wrong term, but I would say our forebears back then tried to protect our people from the skies. It seems, you do not know. It's not really something we talk about. It's a great shame for our country. Well, those who survived the 2 bombings, well, they were seen as dead to the rest of the world, but they still lived. And through that disconnection of themselves to reality, they lost all sense of purpose. They lost the meaning, and it will take many generations to build back that meaning and purpose into their lives.
God, I was definitely not laughing at this. This is a lot to take in. Kara actually looks at Reiko and says, do you also have an interpretation of this?
I try to subtly look at my father, and if he's giving me any, like, facial signs.
He's given the, you looked at this mess, so go ahead. Look.
I am perhaps not the best person to answer, but if you want my answer, Actually, as a player, I don't have much of a clue. How should I...
Yeah, Reiko's not meant to know what the fuck's going on. Like, she saw what happened, but she doesn't have, like, the aptitude to word it as her father does. So I saw a bullet and people talking to,
I
that
realize,
kind of thing.
I am quite sorry, but I think I lack a proper context and a little bit of knowledge to give you a proper answer, Koharu-san.
Koharu slowly nods as she glances back to the pool with as she comments, I never told my mother about all this mythopoetic business because, well, even if my sister and I did have these abilities, I never noticed anything from her. I mean, she was just mom.
Well, given her experiences, both lines of the family have been marred in quite a recent tragedy. So I'd imagine from a mother's instinct to keep you safe from it, she never brought up her own worries. Reiko, turn off your phone.
That's not me, actually. And
I
know it was a joke, but I'm just too tired to sound like it.
Sorry.
It's okay. Now Reiko keeps quiet. Wait, am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I disappeared. I guess it was
Chris had to take a phone.
Yes, for a wrong number. Why is everyone calling me on Sunday? This is actually the 4th call today.
Somebody's popular. Anyway.
Yes. And Kara then thinks, and then Kara actually lets out a small, rueful laugh as she says, Naomi was much more self-aware than I was.
Well, now that you've been equipped with this knowledge, it's in your ability to do what you feel would be best.
Kaharu, for her part, not a bit as she thinks to herself. Yes. She bows her head to both Reiko and her father, saying, "Thank you very much for this insight."
It is not a problem. I hope that with this knowledge given to us by the gods, you'll be able to make strides forward in your life.
As my father said, it was not a problem, Koharu-san. We did our duty as members of Priskvan.
Well, and I guess he'll be like, I suppose that's the end of the ritual. And Jin will just kind of lower his head and will be like, I hope that it's been an enlightening experience for you, Himura.
Yes, and it honestly gave me some ideas of what I should be doing next.
Oh, that is good. And he'll just kind of smile and he'll be like, we can show you the way out. I believe myself and Reiko here are done as well. Aren't we, Reiko?
I'm not... Of course, father.
And as he gets up, he'll just kind of lower his hands into the now empty pool, and he'll just kind of pull out like a scroll a red scroll, and he'll pass it to you, Kaharu, and he'll be like, "Here, this is yours."
Once again, Kaharu isn't laughing. She bows her head, takes the scroll, and says, "Thank you." Is it a rolled-up scroll or a scroll in a case?
It'll be a rolled-up scroll in like a velvety kind of covering.
Yeah. Kaharu will definitely take a closer look at it when she gets back to the dorm. But for now, she will bow and take her leave.
Alright. So Kaharu and Reiko exit the scene, and I think I'll leave the Wrath and Katsumi thing for another time because I'm pretty tired as well.
Okay.
Alright.
Is this call then?
Yeah, I think I'm done for the night.
I am perfectly fine with this because I'm so close to.
And now Kaharu has something to spend that favor on.
Which
that
favor?
The favor that Naomi owed her.
Oh shit! I did. Oops. Ugh. I can't pause. Stupid rope. Stop it.